three. All right, thank you. Number one, good day.
Good day, Bashar. I want to thank you for being here.
I am not there, but thank you for the sentiment.
Well, we are together somehow.
Yes.
Through the years, and thank you for these connections with lessons which I learned from you, I improved a lot.
You have learned these from yourself, but thank you.
Thank you. And I have a particular question.
Yes.
Through meditation, I have a year ago received an information for certain place in Arizona, certain name of town, surroundings, and so on and so forth.
Yes, for what purpose, toward what end?
It was for founding something like archaeological thing, which consists of 7 plates, which are made from gold or bronze or some yellow material, and something written over them.
Yes.
I've been so far 4 times there, and I actually discovered the place which came in my meditation.
All right.
And the information which I had is somehow these plates are connected with Asian Martian visit here, a connection.
Not all of them.
Connection with Indians and forming a new civilization like Aztec civilization or something like that.
Yes, in a sense.
Now, I would like to ask you, I have 2 questions. One of them is if you can track in your collective memory what actually happened, where these plates came from. And my second question is how to proceed with the legal system existing here. What should I do with them? Yeah, for instance, if I dig them out...
Yes. You're not going to dig them out right away.
No, yeah, I can go in jail because I have to go through certain procedures and I don't know how to do it.
All right, well, why don't you research and find out? What stops you from finding out how to do it?
Well, the way I consider to do it is to go with the local Indians and because it's regarding their history, and to do something with the tribe.
Yes, well, why don't you ask them?
Well, that's my next visit, which will be about 15 days from now.
Oh, well, then what are you talking to me for?
Well, I'm asking you if you can track exactly what happened, how these plates arrived there.
I am not allowed to. You are in mid-process. I cannot interrupt this flow. It is not something that I need to have access of information for. And that tells me that you need to continue as you're continuing, not worry about the legalities, but do what needs to be done. Stay within your integrity and simply follow through. Communication is the key. Frequency, state of being is the key, because one thing I can tell you about the 7 plates is this. Your vibration is going to have to match each and every one of them before you can find them, one at a time. And as you match their frequency, the plates will, in a sense, step you up a notch each time. And you will know more as you go. But at first, involve those who are involved. Dialogue with them, engage them, communicate, be open, have them help you, let them guide you in that sense. Timing will show you the way. All right?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Number 2.
Greetings.
And you good day.
In our publication, our New Age publication for this month, they talk a lot about the earth changes.
Yes.
And in particular, earthquakes in Southern California.
Yes.
Do you see that occurring, and how is that going to affect us?
The likelihood of the kind of quake you're talking about in Southern California does not really reach an approximation of occurrence until around 2010. And even then, it is not certain. And as we have said before, and you can apply this if you will remember, the idea is that the more you change yourselves, the less likely it will be that you will have to create circumstances to shake yourselves awake. You can transform the energy. It's your reality. You remember what we said about the idea of reality being an illusion?
Yes.
Then that can tell you that while it is true that some individuals will believe that they must go through a trial by fire in order to change, not everyone has to. And the idea is that the more you allow yourself to be yourself, the less likely it will be that you need any kind of catastrophic reminder. And you can make the transitions relatively smoothly. And even if you find yourself in the midst of great physical change, if you are centered within your own being, there can be chaos all around you, you will remain untouched. Do you follow me?
Yes. And one personal question.
Yes.
I had a visit from time travelers from the future. They were Asasani, one of which was myself in a future lifetime.
And so?
And so what would be the purpose of a visit like that? Is it something laying groundwork for the future? Was it a...
Is that a guess?
No, it's a question.
Yes, well, why did you ask that particular question?
Because I wanted to know why they came back in time.
No, why did you ask that particular question? You could have asked any number of questions. Why do you suppose you asked that question in that way?
I'd like a clear answer.
You're not getting the point.
Oh.
You asked the question in a certain way. You used certain words. Do you remember what you said? What you just asked? Can you think back and ask it again out loud?
I had a visit from time travelers.
Yeah, just ask the question.
Oh. And I would like to know what
did that happen to, you said, did that happen in order to lay the groundwork?
Yeah.
You asked that question.
Yes.
Well, why did you choose those words, do you suppose?
Well,
why did it occur to you to ask the question?
I thought maybe they would come back to visit again.
What did you mean when you said lay the groundwork?
Prepare for future contact?
All right. Anything else?
I guess not.
You guess not?
Well, why would a future self come back to see a past person from the past?
All right, well...
To merge together? Are we merging
Well, that's one idea. That's one idea. Let me ask you a question, if I may. Why are you attending this interaction?
I guess I'm supposed to be here.
But why? Why are you attending? Why did you decide to come?
My friend insisted. I don't know what you want me to say.
No, I don't want you to say anything.
I know you want me to think.
The idea simply is this. I am the channel's future self. So what you are seeing right now is one example of the blending and the melding of the future and the past self for a particular reason of delivering information and perspectives. That's one way such a relationship with your own future self can be used. Does that help give you a little bit more of a clue?
Yeah, I'll be speaking with her in the future.
And the idea is that you are shown your future self to become more like your future self in the present. That is the idea that helps you evolve.
But I don't know her, so how
yes,
can I...
you do.
You do? Yes, okay.
But what you are simply doing is that in your own proper timing, so as not to interfere in your life, you are being reminded of what you already know, bit by bit, piece by piece, so that you can then take on the mantle of that feeling and become your own version of your future self. And that is what will act as a guideline for you to evolve in the way that is most representative of your truth, of your joy, of your creativity. Because that's what the future self represents. Does it not, in general, to most of you? The idea that you have arrived at a place of more completeness, more wholeness, more joy, more abundance, more creativity, does that not, in a sense, sum up the general idea of a future self? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes, yes.
Well then, as you allow yourself to become more aware of her existence, you then gravitate toward her frequency and become more like her and become her. So it acts as a guideline. Does that help you?
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for letting this future self talk to your future self. It is whatever temperature you want it to be. Cool or otherwise. Number 3.
It's a pleasure to speak with you again, Bashar.
And you as well.
Okay, I was wondering if you could shed some light on the topic of manic depression and what it could be done to help a person more towards the direction of getting out of it.
Yes. Get over it.
No, not me. Not me. No.
No, I know. I'm just saying, get over it. Now, again, I do not mean to sound facetious. I will explain. First of all, you must understand that many of the kinds of what you call emotional states that then may lead to mental states on your planet, in your society, in your species, stem first, and foremost from devaluation of the self. You follow me so far?
Yes, I do.
Therefore, the primary ingredient in all such realignment is the valuation of the individual. They must be allowed to feel their value, their worth, their deservability. They must be allowed to know they are loved, supported, and deserving of nurturing. This can be taught, reflected, shown in any number of creative ways. Of course, it will depend upon the specific individual as to perhaps what way, what methodology, what reflection, what example might be best for them. But it must all hinge, as you say, on deservability, valuation, worth. Basic, fundamental worth and value. That's where it must start. And from there it will grow. Because once an individual knows that they have value, and they do just because they exist, because creation does not do anything valueless. So if they know that just because they exist they have value, they can begin to add the building blocks of any other specific way in which they may wish to express the idea of their value. Is this making some sense so far?
Well, I thought I had a different opinion on what that could have been caused by.
Yes. All right, well, do share.
Could it be possible that my mother has hybrid children?
And so how would that be a direct cause?
Taken away from her.
And so what would that imply?
I don't think I quite understand what you mean by
All
imply.
right. The idea of perceiving that you are in a situation in which you are out of control means you have no value. You understand?
Yes.
It means you are devalued in your own eyes, in your own definition of yourself. But the only reason an individual would react that way in any given situation is if they have already been given the building blocks of those definitions, and those blocks have already been put in place so that their proclivity would be to assume the victim position, the valueless position, when they are confronted with an issue of power. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
So that must be replaced. Those blocks of devaluation must be torn down. Blocks of valuation must be built up so that they will respond differently to any such circumstances, be they earthly or otherwise. Then and then only will they be able to determine how they wish to participate in any such thing, and they then can see that they have the ability to choose more equally, in a more balanced way, what kind of effect any such interactions would have on their lives and what they can do about it. Do you follow me?
Yes, I do.
Does this help you?
Actually, I was wondering if I asked one more question. If I
That
could.
was a question. So I suppose you can.
I was wondering if you could tell me the names of my hybrid brothers and or sisters.
No.
Okay, thank you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Keep track of yourselves. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know who you are? Yes. Andrew. Did you get it? Thank you.
Hello.
And to you, good day.
Recently I was told,
One moment.
yes,
Notice that sometimes we can say no and say yes in the next minute. Because things have changed. Sometimes when we say no, it's for the purpose of eliciting a change within you that will allow us to say yes. How you responded when we said no allowed us to say yes. Do you follow? And that is a clue for you as to how to access the rest of the information you seek on that topic. All right? Begin with Andrew and work your way down the alphabet. Yes, number 1. Good day.
Good
You
day.
were told.
I was told recently that I am not fully human in this lifetime, that I am part ET.
Yes, well,
And that I'm
you
here
know
as
what?
What?
All
All
of
of
you.
us. Good, okay. I thought it was kind of a stage play, but
Yes. Now, understand. The idea at this point is that there are a number of blended genetics in all of humanity. There are different reasons for different individuals to recognize, realize, and or connect in an aware way to that idea. You don't all have to, and you don't all want to, for positive and or negative reasons. But all of you, at this point, are all mixed up.
Yes, I definitely will agree with that.
And so now it's not so much the issue that you are genetically many different things, but what you think you need to do with that idea on the earth.
Okay.
So, what will you do with that idea on the earth? Because you are, after all, as best as can be said in a general context, human.
Okay. And it was stated that I'm a catalyst for change for others.
I see. And do you understand this and or relate to it?
That's what I've been trying to understand. I look at it, the places I end up or I am put, as where that could be true.
All right. Well, when you are told things like that, what does it invoke within your imagination as to how to interpret such a thing? Or what to do with such information?
Yeah.
Ponder, ponder.
Ponder, yes. Well, whatever I want to do with it.
Thank you. It is as simple as that if you let it be. Follow your joy. Follow your highest excitement. That is who you are. That vibration is who you are. And that will allow you to be the shining example you need to be, whether you're aware of it or not. Being a catalyst doesn't mean you have to be aware that you are. All you have to do is be yourself as best as you can be. You will be a catalyst. I guarantee it. Because, no offense, it's so rare when any of you are really yourselves, you will stand out. Believe me. People will not but be able to help notice. And you will then be, in a sense, a catalyst in whatever way they choose to relate to you. Being a catalyst doesn't mean that they all of a sudden have to feel like being sweetness and light. But being a catalyst means you are willing to be the trigger for whatever serves them best in their choice. Do you follow?
Yes.
Which is why all the things we share with all of you, no matter what it is we say works for us, if you decide it doesn't work for you, we don't care. Because we love you too much to insist that you have to believe what we say. Because we know that there are no accidents. You will get out of it what you wish. You will apply the information how you wish, to where you wish, when you wish. And that's as it should be. And that's as we would only wish it to be. Make sense?
Very much.
Does this address your situation?
Yes, it does.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Number 2. And to you, good day.
Hello, Bashar.
Yes.
I first heard your voice about 10 years ago when Robert played me a tape in Sydney.
Right. Well, it's not my voice, but I understand.
Well, there was an immediate connection with you.
All right.
And then 5 years ago, you confirmed to me that I'd been on board one of your ships.
Yes.
Can you tell me more of what that was about? Because I'm living in Australia, and
Yes.
it's fairly isolated there. It's hard to get...
Isolated?
Well, it appears to...
Isolated in what way?
Well, it's isolated from most of your contacts, or where you seem to appear.
That is not so.
I know it's not so, which is why I'm there.
Well, did you not then just